As we near the end of 2018 and approach tax season, it's very important to ask yourself, am I taking full advantage of the new tax rules? What planning opportunities do I have? Well, here with some answers is President and CEO of Premier Retirement Planning and Wealth Management, Jeff Vogan. Jeff, nice to have you back here.
It's always good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to sit down and talk financial planning, of course. So you're obviously a comprehensive financial planning firm, investments, retirement, et cetera, even tax planning. Why do you do that when so many other firms don't?
Well, I think most firms kind of disclaim it as somehow making a decision about investments that may actually have tax ramifications is somehow a liability to them. In my opinion, it's really not. I mean, every time you make a financial decision, there is a tax consequence, good or bad, or indifferent, but there is a tax consequence. And I think not understanding or not, including those tax planning ideas with investment choices and with investment and income planning, especially in retirement, I think is really missing the boat. And I think as a fiduciary, and we're licensed as fiduciaries, you have to see to what's in the best interest of the client. In order to do that, you have to understand how all those different aspects of planning dovetail together, whether they make sense or whether they don't make sense. So. Right. We're not doing tax preparation. We're not trying to take the CPA's job away from them by any means. But when it comes to investment planning and income planning, there are some basic things that I think people should know in order to take advantage of their tax situation.
Well, it's about zooming out, taking the entire snapshot of your situation and having all those different categories taken care of in one place will make a big difference. And so how does tax planning fit into someone's overall financial picture?
Well, we focus more on the retiree, the pre-retiree, and the retirement guy, or girl, or person. In the context of retirement planning, a lot of people think that in retirement, the biggest expense they'll ever have is health care. And it really isn't. When you consider 30 or 40 years potentially in retirement, taxes are a big chunk of that, especially in the 25% bracket or higher. So a penny saved is a penny earned, and if you could save money in taxes, it may create a situation where you don't have to take so many risks in order to make the money you need to last for retirement. And so taxes are a very big part of, and in my mind should be on the front of any type of an income plan or retirement plan.
And obviously there were changes to the rules this year, which is, some people might think a bad thing, but actually it's a good thing because you can take advantage of them to benefit you, right? So
absolutely.
How can we do that going into the new year?
Well, the biggest thing that happened this year, and I've talked about it before on the program, is tax brackets are lower by approximately 3 to 4% across the board. And in some cases there's a lot of asset, for example, annuities and also retirement plans that are tax deferred. You're going to have to pay taxes on those that income eventually. It may be smarter to pay taxes now at a lower rate than pay taxes later at a higher rate. It's really just a simple math concept. It's really not any high-tech CPA type stuff.
Right.
It's just a matter of, do I want to pay less now, maybe for a shorter period of time, and save taxes for the rest of my retirement life or not? And so that's really the whole focus on the tax change for us as far as planning opportunities is how can I best take advantage of where taxes are now, so that when taxes return to their old levels, which is expected to happen after 8 years, it does what's called sunset, and those tax rules will return to the old higher tax brackets.
Right, and tell us about the pamphlet we're seeing on the screen right now. What can people get from the tax strategies for retirement?
Well, it talks about the different types of strategies, how to create different tax buckets. In other words, use tax deferral, while you're working and maybe while you're making higher income, and then using other sources of income later at a lower tax bracket. It talks about just strategizing the different asset classes and their taxability in different ways to make it most efficient to you. The bottom line is, if you can save $1 in taxes, it's $1 you can spend for yourself and your family in retirement.
Well, of course, and you have a team of professionals that help.
Certainly do.
With this. Tell us a little bit about your team.
Well, my opinion, we've got the best team on the planet, and not just the 4 or 5 people that are there at the office every day, but we have an extended team of professionals around the country that do a lot of research for us, that handle our investments, management teams that do trading for us, and help us pick the best financial decisions, tax experts, Social Security planning experts, and other people that we consider an extension of our team that help make our planning pretty robust, even though we're a nice small operation here in Tucson.
And who wouldn't want that depth of experience standing behind them with such important matters as our finances? So how, someone watching, someone listening, how do they get started? What's the first thing they should do?
Oh, well, the first thing they should do is set up some goals. You know, a lot of people have this idea of, I'm going to retire and I need this much money and these are the things on my bucket list. But how do you really make that work? It's kind of like building a retirement roadmap. You know, you might see that you want to go, let's just say coast to coast, let's say LA to New York. I mean, we know the destination, but there's a lot of stops and a lot of things along the way. How are you
going to get there, right?
How are you going to get there? What vehicle are you going to drive? How many stops along the way are you going to make? Will there be a detour? Are you prepared for that detour? Do you have enough gas to get you there?
Well,
you know?
it's
Are you
being
going to end up running out of gas in Ohio?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we want you to make the whole trip.
It's simplifying it like that that's going to make it easier for people to understand. You also offer complimentary tax review sessions. I'm going to let them know how to get in touch with you so they can do that. And as always, Jeff Bogan, nice to see you.
Great to be here. Thank you again.
Pleasure. Now you can get the Tax Strategies for Retirement plan for free. They're also offering, like I said, comprehensive retirement financial classes. To take advantage of either of those resources or to learn more, call 520-780-9059 or visit premret.com.